Welcome to another edition of the Motley Croc Show. It's now 8 p.m. I'm finally on time. I got no weather to fuck me. I mean, there's weather, but it didn't fuck me up tonight. Anyways, I got everybody behind the scene. I'm going to start bringing everybody in one smack at a time. Behind the scenes is Jimbo Slice.
What's going on, everybody?
Good to see you, buddy. We got the Manic Satanic.
What's up, y'all?
We have Sideswipe. What's up, bud?
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Excellent.
We can. What's up, Brett?
I hear that deep voice. He said, hello. And we are waiting on I was just talking with Bumblebee Tuna. She'll be on soon. We can chit chat a little bit. How's everybody else been doing?
We are doing.
We all know what time it is, dude. Look what's happening pretty soon.
That's right.
It's coming
around. It's coming around, dude.
I know. I got to start getting it together.
Nasty sledgehammer. We're gonna go smack some motherfuckers with it.
Slaughters is making
it. When does that start? When does Halloween Horror Nights start?
September 1st.
September. Oh shit! That's like in 6 days.
I know we're going. I hope
6 days.
I'm gonna relog or something. I can't hear any of you guys.
You can't hear us? All right, we'll relog in, bud. Yeah, I'm waiting on Brittany. She's going to talk a little bit about some stuff. I want to hear some more cool UFO bullshit. She's been in the lingo, talking with a lot of different things. So that's cool. Other than that, how's everything else been going with everybody? How's the facility, Mr. Riffle?
Well, you know that big sand pile that was next to the pond that we're doing? My neighbor finally took all that out. So the whole entire pond is gone. The pile's gone, which is nice. It looks so nice.
Wonderful.
We're still building some of those new enclosures that we've been working on, which we're not going to mention yet what's going to be put in. Hello.
Hi.
Hold on. Finish your drink.
Goodbye. And so we just got a couple projects going, and my mower broke again, so that's exciting.
Of course it did.
Yep.
All right, now we got everybody here.
Brett.
Can Brett hear us?
Let me get into my comments. Woo! Here we go. What's up, Michelle?
Mr. Malone is back in the house. Hi, Mr. Malone.
Yep, he's coming in from Liverpool, UK.
Right.
Got the punch going. I like that.
Hi, Ashley. Hi, Kurt.
Oh, no. Talk about trouble.
I know. Are you sitting on your sofa, curled up, enjoying?
Said, thank God the fucking pile is gone. I've been waiting for an update, Jim. Oh.
What happened?
Thank God the fucking pile is gone. I've been waiting for an update, Jim Jam. Greg, what's up? Good to see you. Andy, everybody's here.
Hey, Craig.
Yeah, everybody's here.
So we can get into some really cool shit here in a little while. Brett must be having some technical difficulties, but that's okay.
He'll be back.
She said, You bet. Here it is. It's already starting. You bet, girl. The couch heckler is here.
Heckling from the couch.
It's because she works. It's because she works in Miami, and she looks like one of those tar pits when she gets home. Like it would be like what? It'd be like one of those. What was that shit they used to sell when we were kids?
Slime.
To get the grease off your face, it was called Sea Breeze, dude. Fucking Sea Breeze.
Oh, Sea Breeze.
That was it. Get that oil off.
Mixed hazel in a bottle.
Yeah, now they got cool shit like dude wipes.
Dude
wipes.
You introduced me to those in Virginia.
There's no reason for a grown man in the year 2000 to be having those kids in his drawers now when there's dude wipes.
Dude wipes.
You can push a little harder and you can get on the inside too, dude. So like if you cough or something in your seat, it doesn't push the lips out real quick and put a dabber on there, because that's what you do.
Too much.
I'm telling you.
Too much information. They don't need to know.
Oh, yeah, because it's just not a normal thing, Brittany. You're talking about little green people fly around in saucers, and we're talking about real shit, and it's too much information.
You know what I hate? I hate when you're wiping your ass and it's shit-ass toilet paper and your finger goes right through that. Don't act like it hasn't happened to none of y'all, because it happens.
Oh, it has, dude. I was trying to think about
one pie.
Pretty recent.
One pie, yeah, that shit-ass one.
See, that doesn't happen in my house, though, because I have bidets, so you get to sprinkle it off when you're done. Turn the little hose on, rinse it down.
Nice. I thought that was a water fountain. What the fuck, dude?
Listen, bro, it can be either. It's fresh water, comes straight from the city. But yeah, they
That's funny.
Yeah, that's a terrible thing. Or like when you stop at a terrible truck stop and you have that John Wayne toilet paper. Tough as shit. Don't take shit off nobody. You remember that old saying? Yeah. Lee's little fucking snowman dander down there, boy.
Right. Surplus sandpaper.
Yes. Why would you even sell that? That's like using the brown paper towels to wipe yourself. I can't imagine being a female and having
I've never done that
on
as
me
far as
like
brown paper towels go, but you got to go with what you know.
I can tell you, one ply toilet paper ain't flying with me.
Nobody can use one ply. That's what they use in white trash bathrooms on the interstate.
I was gonna say one ply. I'm too rough for that shit, I guess, because that does not last. So
Yeah. That's that's one place I don't skimp in my house is toilet paper.
that's right. You can't.
Or paper towels, dude. You need some good old Bounty.
Yep. Oh, I can't skimp on paper towels either.
Are you back in, bro?
Yeah, I can hear you guys now.
Oh, thank God, Brett. We were talking about one ply toilet paper and getting finger blasted.
Gotta love it. It matters.
Right?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
It does.
Toilet paper matters, man.
Oh, it does.
It matter, dude. And everybody's like, "Oh, that's too much information." Bullshit. There's nothing quite like enjoying yourself.
No, because in 2020, that was a big problem. We were
Not
all
for me. I had a bidet. And paper towels. It was a squirt and a dab, dude, and we were good. We didn't even need nothing else. And if you're real white trash, you just pull your pants up, let your underwear dry it off. It's all good.
Oh my
Yeah, it
God.
must be pretty important. I remember seeing videos of people fighting over that shit at Costco and whatnot.
It
People
was.
are
It was
so
a big.
Oh, it was huge.
Yeah.
Stockpiling toilet paper,
I
Yeah.
don't understand that to this day, why there was
Right. I agree, Craig.
toilet paper. But I've been hearing some people got COVID over there at the reptile show.
This
Did you
guy,
get it too?
I had it, yeah. It was
God, dude. Like somebody was spreading it around in the drinking water or something over
I
there.
think it was that Craig Warren, man. He was sitting behind my booth, breathing everywhere.
Wow.
There it is.
Jimmy,
That's for
what's
you,
up, man?
Jimmy.
What's up,
Say
Jimmy?
it, dude. I love it when Jimmy says this. Say it, Jimmy.
How about the Chobe?
Everybody
Alligator big alligator. Jimmy grew up at Native Village. So Jimmy
That's
was
awesome.
Jimmy's
A
one of
lot
the
of Jimmys
OGs of Native Village.
I think that guy had a thing for Jimmy's there. I think. Oh, his name's Jimmy.
Jimmy's
He's
awesome. Jimmy's awesome.
He's hired.
Bring him in.
I was driving back the other day and I have satellite radio, and I was telling Brett, we were listening to music, and I said, we had that roller skating rink down there in the in Longmont. We would all go and they would lock us overnight. Remember that shit, Brett? You could get locked in.
Oh, yeah.
You knew what the fuck happened. Were parents like dumb? Did they not know break when they locked us in there till
I think it started at like 7 o'clock at night until like 5
7
and 6 in
a.m.
the morning or something like that.
I mean, don't forget, our parents came from a time when they could get locked in and all they do is fucking tell ghost stories and dance and shit.
Oh, yeah.
They might do a little dirty dancing though. I mean,
only if
we were terrible.
Yeah, dude, lock-ins are the best because you just, go fucking.
What's up, guys? Yeah, so Elijah's watching. That reminds me, Elijah had some questions, Brittany. He really likes a lot of the ghost stuff, and it's interesting to me that a lot of creative people are very into supernatural and so. Like he makes his own music. He's a really cool kid, and he's just really interested in ghosts and UFOs and things like that. So, from your personal opinion, while he's watching, what do you think that? How real do you think it is that aliens are coming, or if they've already been here, or do you think they're going to scare you again?
I don't think it's a scare technique. I think they've just always been here. I think they've always been around. They're here. I think it's nothing new. It's not like we should all be afraid and go head to the mountains to live underground. Like, definitely, they've been here this whole time.
Yeah, that's because Craig slipped me the tongue, so it was, I'm irresistible.
Listen, Craig is quite a beautiful man. I mean, I'm just going to admit it.
Fella.
So if the lights were out,
Oh, God. Here we go.
I mean, that's just.
No, we don't want to know.
I mean, he did introduce us to some really good whiskey.
He's already getting bait. If I get you guys with enough whiskey.
He did. He gave us the Doughboy, the Doughboy whiskey. But
You
all right,
mean
back to some topics. Let's listen, dude.
No, boy. That's a different situation altogether.
You know, I'll stick some humor in here on some of these things because I'm trying not to be too. I mean, I saw some really good. I watched this comic show this week. It was Biden falling asleep during the meetings in Hawaii. That was just amazing of him to do. And then the fact that he compared almost losing his Corvette.
I know.
What they went through. This guy is dude. It's like
He's unaware.
A puppet. I mean, come on now. At least pretend you care.
Politicians, man. Yeah, the government would be great if it wasn't for the fucking politicians. Let me tell you.
Hey, I gotta be honest. He started off good though. He said, "I almost lost my wife," and I was like, "Okay, that's sentimental. You know that's a big deal." Then he said, "My '64 Corvette and my cat," or something.
Yeah. So I know what you people are going through. I'm sorry your children were sent home and everybody's at work. So when the fires came, they all burn up in the house. That was really cool.
Yeah, they're fucking a bunch of idiots.
And then he gives everybody $700. All right, Mr. Biden, that's awesome. What the fuck is going on here? You know, and what about that? The all the photos now coming out. How do you think about all that? There's some weird shit going on.
Photos of what? Hunter Biden's dick? Who cares?
No, I'm talking about just pictures of the island from actors and
the what now?
Bigger politicians and all the people that are over there, and these guys that are these islanders, man. These people are real people. Right there, this is their home and their culture and their lifestyle, and they're sending videos, and there's everything's burnt but blue cars, and all the millionaire houses aren't touched, and every house around them's touched. Trees aren't even burnt. How the hell did that fire go? And all the umbrellas are still standing. Come on, man. Something weird's going on, man. Something weird's going on.
I saw another thing that the aluminum rims burn at whatever 1,300 degrees, 1,500 degrees, but asphalt burns. I think the guy was reading it that I was watching. 300 to 500 degrees, asphalt will burn, and like melt away, and that asphalt didn't even get touched. None of it was
very weird to me. Look, I'm not going to start anything about it and anybody's opinions or views. It's just there's too much weird shit with it that, and then leading up to all of it, were these people. They were trying to buy up the place, and it was one of the main targets for main tourism in the 15-minute cities. I mean, it's like Jeff and I were talking about. It's probably not even the government. It's big business now.
Yeah.
The government is big business, man.
But I mean, let's not give them too much credit, right? Because they're just a front line. I mean, the multi-billionaires that fund the government, which is really what happens, is the ones I think responsible for a lot of shit. I don't know. Look, I'm not going to say it wasn't natural, but there's a lot of weird stuff, dude.
Exactly.
And then when they post stuff, like let's just say Jimmy's facility burnt down. He's posting it every day. And then Jacob posted it. Every time he posted it, it gets taken down. They're like, no, it was a lightning strike. Well, no, Jimmy has proof that it wasn't, or no, we're taking it down.
Yeah.
And that then why not leave it up? Like if you're really not that concerned, then they could go, hey, these people are off their rocker. They're talking about, conspiracy theories or whatever, and leave it up. No, they pull it down. And then people get paid off. And like I don't know, man. It's just weird. And who in the right mind thought it was okay to give $700 per family to that? Oh, and then what was it? $41 billion to Ukraine? Seriously. I mean, that's legit numbers, dude. Why are we doing that?
With it all, man.
That's how it goes.
Places.
Help those people, man. It's the United States. They already went over and fucked them over and stole the island and lied to them. We all know how we got Hawaii. Let's not, you know what I mean, Brett. You remember we talked about it. So why not help them out? Why are we trying to steal from them and run these people out, man? These people are sentimental island people, and they care about their families and they care about their children. I'm not saying that there isn't crime. I'm not saying that there isn't drugs or pedophilia or rape or murder. Of course there is. But as a whole, these are good people. So maybe we don't need to take what they have, dude. Why do we have to take it? Why do we have to let them have it?
They were actually doing pretty good without us for quite some time.
Right. So it's just and then that's right. And then all the top officials were fired. Don't you find that kind of weird? All the kids were sent home from school, but parents still went to work. There was no major politicians weren't there. Celebrities, including Oprah's house. I'll probably say that and they'll kick me off here. It wasn't touched, but every house around her was. None of her shit. I don't know, man. And then Brett, you talked about the way the military works and the way that they have targeting systems and what your theory on sometimes that would be. I thought that was pretty cool. Where they can use certain things for precise targeting, colors for precise targeting.
Well, if you look at all the areas around it, I mean, it was weird. And I'll just be honest, dude, I'm not going to say that it was a wildfire. It was global warming, that bullshit. It wasn't. It was too precise, and all that blue shit you saw out there that the laser didn't refract to it. It's all refraction. Those were just targeting systems to say,
Yeah, I
hey,
don't do military weapons. I know you're familiar with them. I
hit
don't know.
here,
I mean, that's
hit here, hit here, hit here. I mean, everything else was untouched. All these blue areas were just untouched, but everything else around it was dead,
How you doing, Seth? Thank you.
burnt up. It's just weird.
And I'm really not trying tonight I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist with it. You know, it's a
No.
terrible thing, but it just, let's see, at UCF, we have found 4 or 5 football players from Hawaii at the games were taking collection for recovery.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Good. Because, man, we have to have that, dude. I mean, what we're doing is horrible. If we as a country had something to do with that, I can't even believe that. I can't even believe that. Like, if that was a thing, that's horrible. It's disgusting, man.
Well, I mean, look at the things that we as a country.
Go ahead. What were you saying, Jeff?
The things that we as a country already have confirmed to do. The crack epidemic, fucking,
Yep.
you know, I mean, it just, that's all us, you know, assassinations, wars started, you know, backing warlords and then toppling the same warlords is what we do. You know, they create boogeymen and then they tear the boogeymen down and then they make the person they tore them down with another boogeyman.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, that's it in a nutshell. I agree. I actually agree with that. And
Sandinista, fucking Batista, what's his fuck, Castro. There's a million things. You know, Mujahideen.
well, here's what I know. You know, now they're talking. You know, well, I'm glad you made it through COVID, Jeff. Again,
Thank you. It's lucky number 6.
yeah, but you know what? You're fighting it. So now I just want to say this. I see them starting with the
I saw this shit.
the mask mandate shit again. And
Yeah.
believe me, it's not that it's needed. It's that they want to distract from something else again. We're getting into 2024. We're going to start distracting again. Great. If you feel sick, put a mask on. You don't want to spread it to everybody. You got to go out. I'm okay with that. If you're sick and you're sniffly, put something on. That's cool, man. Take care of yourself. People did that before COVID. They're going to do it after. And it's always there. But all this, and it's all fear, like, oh, we're going to do this and we're going to make you wear that. And you're going to be able to fly on an airplane. And you can't visit Disney World. And you can't do that without a mask. Nobody's buying it anymore, dude. So let me ask you a question. What would Disney World really do if 100,000 people showed up and said, we're just walking through the fucking gates? Do you think all those little butts are going to get on fire and they're going to kick everyone's ass? No. So it just shows that people eventually are going to get tired and it's too much. Like they're throwing too much shit around at too much time. Nothing as good is coming out of the world right now. Not one thing.
No. And they want
Wildfires. It's zombies in Canada. It's, you know, Hawaii's burnt down. People are dead. Children were burnt to a crisp and cars were melted. Oh, we have the disease around again. You got to wear this. We hate you. We don't like this. Trans people suck. Gay people suck. All this stuff. Everybody hates everybody. Oh, you're white? Well, you're a racist piece of shit. Fuck you. That's all you hear anymore. That's all that's going on anymore. Nothing good. Nobody's ever talking about, hey, so-and-so did this, or, you know, this was honorable. You know, you were able to help this person, or these kids were saved from this, or nothing. They don't want to talk about that.
It's polarization.
Bullshit on top of bullshit. So everybody goes, and you know what? The majority of the people are like this. Oh my God.
Of course.
They're living in fear.
It's blind faith in a shitty thieving government, man.
100%.
Motley Croc show for president 2024.
I'd be dead. Every one of us on here would be dead. Jimmy would be found in the croc pen. I'd be shot on my staircase, or I would have hung myself with a rope. Come on.
Yeah,
I just nothing good is coming. Why can't we hear good stuff? Like, look, you know, this happened today. You know, the world is changing. Somebody did something good. Somebody helped this person.
Because you can't control a society if there's too much positive. The way to control a society is by fear. So if you drive enough fear into the society, they eventually come to you for that need of support, of guidance, as like little lambs to a shepherd. And that's the dumbest thing that they could ever do. It's constant.
Well, we saw how well that worked for people with Hitler when he was leading his little lambs.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Maybe we should have learned something from him.
All the politicians should.
We are the people right now that our government's. What they're doing is horrendous, dude.
First of all, the whole mask mandate that they're trying to implicate again back in New York City, what they don't realize is they're contradicting against themselves, because after the whole COVID incident, and nurses and people that I've even spoken to, and Jeff, I'm sure you heard the same, those little masks that everybody was wearing doesn't do anything for anyone. It doesn't really protect you. The only thing it protects you from is if you're sick, you're not sneezing on somebody. But if I'm healthy and I'm wearing it, it's not really protecting me. I've had nurses tell me that to my face. They don't really protect you the way that they're saying. And even the WHO came out and said
it doesn't protect you from COVID. However, there is some level of protection because it's still stopping droplets.
It reduces It will reduce droplets. I understood.
I'm not allowed to go in a COVID room without a respirator, with either an N95. I wear like a full face respirator.
See, but an N95 is a big difference compared to just one regular fucking
I would do that too.
An N95 respirator. It's a cloth respirator, and it's meant to stop airborne disease. So I wear an N95. Say if I go into a TB room, and tuberculosis is super contagious. It's very small particle. It's completely airborne, and that's a true airborne disease. They call COVID a droplet precaution disease when it's really an airborne disease. It can't not be.
Yeah.
You know, they 6 feet my ass. If somebody sneezes around you with COVID, you're getting COVID. And yes, those surgical masks, they do provide a layer of protection, kind of like wearing a windbreaker in the wintertime. It's there, but it doesn't do much.
Yep, that's about it. Right, you're right. Well, what I was saying was when they started scaring people saying, well, hold on, they were saying that the virus has gotten so microscopic that it can float through the mask. And, you know, if someone drops a bomb in the car and you got a mask on, you're still smelling what they had for dinner.
Yep. That's the nice thing about the N95s. I can wear them in the fucking code brown rooms.
Exactly. Well, if everybody walked on N95s, it would look like World War III. It would scare everyone to death.
I know people who wear N95s all the time. I have some coworkers who you know, they don't go out in public without N95s right now, and they might be the smart ones. You know, it's definitely. I started seeing a like spotty rise in COVID a month ago, and I was, you know, telling my coworkers, here it comes again, and there it is, man. It's not a terrible strain, right? But it's definitely it went from 5 to 17% infection rate recently. That's in Florida, I think, and it's really the only real way to stop it is to stop breathing all over fucking people. When you're sick, stay the fuck home. You know,
but that goes for any sickness, though. I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah,
we knew
this was as contagious as COVID. Same with the flu, though. Flu. Right. You know, influenza A and B are both super contagious, and
people can die on it too.
But they're more of a droplet than the COVID. COVID's definitely more airborne than those. So it you know, you got to protect yourself, you know, and try to protect the people around you, because that's how you protect yourself. You know, exactly. Your kids, your family. You know, it's going to get to the point where you're going to go to Walgreens and get your, you know, NyQuil cold, flu, and COVID and take that, and it's all going to be fine someday soon. But honestly, if people just stayed the fuck away from each other in the beginning, we wouldn't have 18,000 mutations. It would have just run its course and been gone. It mutates because it's got nowhere to go.
Well, I mean, but that's just normal.
That's so true. They were making their own masks.
I think what's going on, though, is like people hear the word COVID, like treat it like you would the flu. Treat it like you would when people have, I mean, like the influenza goes into pneumonia and kills people because it goes right into their lungs. So, I mean, it's like.
Well, that's how COVID kills people, too. COVID itself doesn't kill people. It's the complications. It's the pneumonia that usually gets them.
Right. But I'm saying, like, but like what you're saying, Jeff, though, it's about just taking care of yourself. So the problem, though, is when people hear the word COVID, because it shut the freaking world down.
It scares everybody.
Months, you hear that. If it was like, hey, we had a bad influenza strand and it shut us down for 2 months, people would be like, whatever, it's the flu. We've had it since we were kids. We had a pandemic with the flu, and now it's over and gone. But because you hear the word COVID, that fear just spikes in everybody and goes into panic. And it's not like
it'll be something really weird next time, you know, another 20 years from now.
Of course.
And, you know, your son won't even remember going through it, you know, Brittany. Like,
well, they were all too small.
Like, what was going on? They were just little kids, and they got to be home with mommy and daddy for 3 months, dude. They were like,
it completely changed the face of the world. Everything.
But when we did shut down for whatever secret bullshit they were up to, you notice how the wildlife started to flourish?
Yeah, it's because we were out there killing them and fucking, you know,
looting.
from the table and throwing our garbage out there and consuming.
Oh, but Jeff, did you not know that cows are killing our atmosphere?
They fart. That's what happens. It's methane.
So bad, man. Woo,
Yeah,
during
they're
COVID,
killing 80,000 head of cattle over in Europe, dude. Oh my God, bro.
Yeah, that's
Like
a
all
lot
of our big hot rods here aren't making more than meth farts out of fucking fucking
right.
How dumb is
with
that,
Scotland or Ireland. Come on, dude.
How dumb is that? I'm sorry. I hate that. I hate that so much. That is the dumbest stuff. And the
There's got to
fact
be
that
more people farting.
Well, we're gonna have synthetic meat soon, so we're not going to do any of that. All your steak.
Yeah, right. So, but I mean, there's more of humans farting on the planet and puffing it up in the air, isn't there?
Speak for yourself, man.
Hey, Brett, is there anybody out in Colorado getting more sick now recently, or no? Is it all pretty much the same?
No, I think about mid-September, early October, we'll see it hit.
Yeah, it's a seasonal disease now. Just like the flu, we're going to have a COVID season. It's going to happen every year. It's going to be different strains, just like influenza, and we're going to have to fight it as it comes.
Yep.
I think that I have the first 2 shots and 1 booster, and I'm not taking another one until it settles down into a more manageable strain. Because what's the point of taking shot after shot if it's just going to mutate? You know, if either everybody takes them or nobody takes them, it's the same result. You know,
that's true. You know, in my lifetime, Jeff and probably Brett too. The last time that I remember anything that brutal that I can remember that went through people like COVID was HIV.
Oh yeah,
man, it was
bodies were everywhere, man, and we already know. We know now that was introduced. We know what a guy wasn't playing around with a monkey and came home and slept with Bob, and he said that didn't happen.
Well, we don't. I mean, you know, HIV is
completely controlled now. It's crazy.
Yeah, and it is completely controlled, which is nuts. I mean, you can take medicine to not catch it. You know, you can take medicine to not pass it on.
Yeah, I've seen commercials with that stuff. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, everybody looked like 2 Ethiopians fighting over a piece of rice, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, the narrative changed, dude, because now being gay is great.
You know what I'm saying, Jimmy? That's how that went down, dude. What are you laughing at? People died, man. What are you doing?
I know, but I'm not laughing at the death part. I'm laughing at the description that you get it.
They did, bro. They were that big. Like people would come to school wearing like toddler clothes and shit. And you're like, oh man, Jimmy's dying, or what? What? Oh, he had a blood.
I mean, that all sucks. But, I mean, now they gotta fucking take this pill and you're fine.
Yep.
Not like how they're all smiling, Brett. It's my favorite part, Jeff. They're like this. Like me and Jeff will be sitting on the tailgate of a truck, and I'll be like, yeah, I took that pill. Now my lover's not at risk. Then he leans over, right? And that's terrible, bro, because that disease is where everyone, and they started off with 2 homosexuals. That's not even fair. That's like wrong, dude. And then the guy in the end of the commercial with the long black hair, you seen him? He's like, I take my pills. They didn't even show a normal couple. How uncool was that?
No, I think they showed hetero couples in those commercials, but still.
The only ones I've seen, it's always these 2 black guys walking on the beach together, and then an old lady with a dog, and then which is, you know, they're probably saying she was a lesbian, and then the little Spanish guy by himself in his old house with the flowered shirt. It's wrong, bro. Everybody was getting that, dude. Everybody was doing that. If you rub your dick on the fucking urinal in there, you had it. Everybody. We all thought we got. When I was just telling my mom this when we were young. She laughed at me. I said, when I was in grade school, they told me if you ate Wheaties, you'd be gay.
If you ate what?
Wheaties, dude. Because
really,
yeah. And then later on, now they brought back like the whole. Remember that, Brett? And then they go, hey, you know, you better eat your Wheaties. No, man, if you eat your Wheaties, you're gay. They would say that as a kid. Now that's totally not true. This is childhood shit that they would say. So I'm just going to make a point. So they start bringing the memes back, and they start showing Caitlyn Jenner on the box of Wheaties and said, for all those who should have been eating their Wheaties, I was like, holy shit, they used to say that. How fucked up is that?
They used to say that when we were in like 6th, 7th grade.
That's what they used to say.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know, things were different. Everybody grew up in a different area. You know, if you grew up when I first moved out of Florida to the western part of the United States, people didn't understand us. We already went through like 20 years of what they were catching up to. I'm sorry. You know, we were like, it was like a melting pot. If you went down to Fort Lauderdale, right, and we would go hang out in the summers, my cousins and stuff, and all their friends, it was a melting pot of everybody, dude. There were gay, Jimmy grew up in there. There was gay people, black people, white people, purple people. Everybody got along, and everybody brought something cool to the table. And we were kids. We used words like, "Oh, that's gay." It didn't mean like in the sexual term. It was just terminology that they used when we were kids.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Right. It wasn't that we were saying, "Oh," because none of us cared. I don't know how it was in the West, but none of us. I don't care if you're gay. Nobody gay. I don't give a shit.
Yep.
Good for you. Good for you. But when someone goes, "Oh man, that's gay," Daniel does that now. I have to break him. I go, "Don't say that. It means something different nowadays. Don't be saying that at work, and be careful how you say it." I got to tell Daniel all the time, "Chill, man, with the word," because his parents must. I don't know where he learned it from. Maybe they're a little because they're our generation, I guess. But everybody you were in a fight word was the F word, and I don't mean fucker. When we were kids, everybody was called that. What'd you say?
Yeah.
F.
Yeah.
Yeah, our kids.
If I had $1 for every time I was called that, Jeff, you and I wouldn't be working right now.
Yeah,
I mean,
you'd support me. That is
absolutely. As many times as they called me that, I would have 6 bank accounts.
Better be taking my prep.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. So go ahead. What were you going to say, Jeff? You're going to talk about it.
I forgot, man. That definitely threw me a little bit.
You're smoking, bro.
I'm taking a little sedation vacation this week, man. It's been a rough week. I was gonna put an offer on another house, and they told me to wait until after their open house this week, and I was like, "Fuck you, dude." I was like, "You want me to sit around and wait till something better comes along?" So me and Katie sent in an offer that expired before their open house.
Oh shit!
So take it or leave it, dude. I'm over that shit. But it's nobody should care who else anybody else wants to fuck or how people want to dress or what they want to identify as. As long as you don't push it on anybody else, who gives a fuck, man?
Exactly.
If I was into butt fucking, I'd be all over that shit. I'm just not.
No, it's what you do.
Oh.
If you want to be a mom like Brittany and have kids, no one's spitting a cup. I mean, there was some action taken there, and nobody cares about that. I mean, that's important. You do what you do. Care. I think it's interesting though because there's a lot of twisted thoughts. I mean, people ruin the world, bro. They just do. They make up their own ideologies, and they're, I like live and let live, man. I only want you to die is if you cross me or do something terrible to someone I know that was unacceptable.
Yeah.
Stealing something from them, their animals or whatever, dude. And I know we all joked about it on one of the shows, Jeff. We shoplifted when we were kids. Every kid does that, maybe except for Jimmy and Brittany. I did. I know Brett did, and I'm sure you, Jeff, had a full handfuls of fucking good and plenties once in a while.
Yeah.
So, back to even we were talking about dealing pornography, bro. You'd have one guy fucking talk to the guy at the gas station. We'd walk in, we'd steal like 7 magazines. You walk out like SpongeBob, you can't move. You unloaded. You got sandwich bags. You're clipping hardcore titties and ass. You're putting them in. Look at Brett's laughing. You put them in different bags. You're like in 4th grade. You're like, yo, Josh,
bag of porn. Man.
I'm like $10, dude. $10 was $50 when I was in 4th grade.
Did you take trade-ins or?
You know what I'm saying?
You're like,
yes, as long as they weren't used. And so the whole point.
You're gonna give a fucking 10-year-old kid porn and it's not used.
I agree.
I don't know about 10. I'm not sure. Yeah, probably 10. I mean, I don't remember the age. You're a girl, Brittany. You just don't know what it's like to have to grow up and sit around and pop an erection, have to shove it on the end of a table to make it go away so you can just walk out of the room. It's horrible. It's like he wakes up, he's like, ah! He stands there, you're like, what are you doing? You're having a conversation with your friend. You're like, stop it.
Nope.
What are you doing? What's going on in class? Nothing. And you're just crying. It's a horrible situation.
I don't know if you ever seen the movie Bubble Boy with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yes, absolutely. Great movie.
He wakes up with his first morning wood and he fucking freaks out and beats it with a wiffle ball bat.
See? That's hilarious. But I was speaking the truth, Jeff. You have to cram it on a table and scare it.
Yeah, or you got to do
right around the top. You have to scare it like you're going to decapitate them.
Like, what do kids do now that they don't have actual, like, paper books? What do you cover your fucking...
I think it's because all the kids nowadays wear low-waisted pants. So they can actually tuck it in their brim. When we were young, you had to pull that shit up to your navel, like, put your hands up. You're walking around like get your wallet over your back pocket. You remember? I never had to do that, but that's how it was.
Shoulder.
And then they came out with Cavaricis. You had a pair of those, Jeff.
Yep, Z calves, man.
Yeah, fuck yeah. You remember them, Brett?
Oh yeah.
You
God
got-
damn.
you got
we're- Jimmy's like, I remember when they came out with
I
Russell.
don't know what those are. What was it?
See Calvaritis?
They were like a really high end,
Troy had those.
narrow. They like and Guess and what was the other? Jabos.
Bugle boy, fucking.
Remember Bugle Boy? Oh man, Bugle Boy, dude.
We dad
That's
had
right.
Bugle Boy stuff.
Well, I remember like Jabos. You remember Jabos?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Shit, dude.
And then Fubu. And
Was
all
that Tommy
stuff.
Hilfiger was very popular then too?
Tommy Hilfiger was popular in
90s.
90s.
late 90s, early
What about
2000s.
parachute pants, man?
I had
Oh
those.
my God, Troy had them.
Hammer pants, dude.
Hammer pants.
With all the zippers.
Yeah. See, now I want to take Viagra and wear those to the strip club. Become a three-legged dancer.
Troy had his one pair. He had a couple, but one pair was like really bright. He had like a really colorful pair. It was
I had
like
a bunch of cool shit, dude.
I just have black ones with all the zippers in them. I like
When
zippers.
you go out west and everybody gets out of a pickup truck with Justin boots on and tight Wranglers where you can see their religion. And they're all looking at you like they're going to fuck you up on the jail yard. You're like, oh, man. That's how you have to be tough, dude. It's like a boy named Sue.
ew.
Yep.
Brett,
What
what
is
were
it?
the white jeans you used to wear when we were kids? You had a pair of white jeans you'd wear sometimes with your biker, the white jacket you had.
I had
Like-
white jeans. They were they were Guess. Guess.
They were Guess jeans, and they had
Yes.
God, what were they? They were Guess jeans, and I think I had it's right when Silver Tabs came out.
Oh shit, Silver Tab was like the rich
Yeah.
people's Levi's, bro.
Yeah.
Silver Tab, you were like shit. Like, how many wheels does your house have?
Brett, like when you guys were like gonna go out for the night, Brett would wear like the white jeans.
When
Yeah.
Joe and I would go out, we'd go out for like 4 nights straight, and then we'd come home.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Sometimes I wouldn't even know what state.
Yeah.
we were in.
We'd come back like a week later.
I go out in
Yeah.
fucking black jeans.
Now there it is, right there, Bill.
Spur
Bill
on.
said Jankos. You got that right.
Yeah.
Yep. Even I had
those.
a
I'd
pair
be
of
skating in those. I had a bunch of Jankos, dude. I loved them,
Oh,
especially for skating.
Troy had a pair of black ones I wanted so freaking bad. Your black ones, and it had Janko written in the green, like slimish color. It was like green across just the back low pocket. I wanted those so bad.
Yep, and actually, that had aliens on it too.
Yeah,
Did they
I
have-
remember those,
I
dude.
don't remember.
Yeah,
I
they had green alien on the lower part of the leg, and then it said Janko and lime green. Yeah, they were fun.
those were my favorite. I love
Me
those.
fucking
badass, dude.
jackets. That was my shit.
Some of them were super big. I never had a pair that was so big I
Oh,
couldn't
like
move in.
26-inch fucking bottoms, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude. Those
you know, like when you would skate, you can probably cross-reference with Ricky Martin, but when you
they
would
were
skate,
upper pants.
it would grab your fucking wheels. You had to roll them up. You know?
Smugglers.
Yeah.
Just call them her kids.
Yeah, they were.
Oh, they're midget smugglers.
Yep.
You can hide like 4 little people under those fucking big old bottoms.
Oh yeah, Pacos, dude. Yep. Don't forget all the women's chick and Jordache. You've got the look.
Look,
Come on, Jeffy.
I
laugh.
remember that shit. Oh yeah.
And then my favorite one was like this woman in like a it might have been Brooke Shields, but she had like a bra on, and it was like that grainy 1990, 91, music video look. And it's like, you make me feel, and she's like sliding into a pair of jeans and she squeezes in them and buttons them, and it says like a natural woman.
Yeah, you need to fucking wear a
I'm
white-
like, well, there's no need for husbands if you got jeans like that, dude.
That was Lee Jeans. Lee.
Lee
Chick
jeans.
dude. Shit.
Lee jeans, dude.
You
I was a
make-
fucking straight up fucking 501 button fly kind of guy.
I like them. Good old 501s, but I remember the silver tabs were badass. I can't believe Brett's brought up some old shit like silver tabs, dude. Nah, but when we go to skating rink, man, we'd wear like the Guess jeans, dude, and it would be like stonewash with some high tops, dude, and a Metallica shirt.
Yeah.
Those were the days.
Fucking
Wow.
Reebok high tops, the Velcro ones.
Yep.
I still wear Chuck Taylors, man. I still
Dude, I
have them.
remember the Reeboks, dude.
Yeah.
Tailors and Vans. You remember when you used to have
Yeah,
to
I don't know half of these, but that's okay.
I had the high tops. You had the high tops too when we were kids, Brett. You had the high tops with your jeans.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We all did.
We all did.
What Jeff's
Yeah.
talking, well, things changed. Like I think we revolutionized the high top because if listen to this,
I remember the high tops.
a lot of the glamour. Here's how you can tell the difference between like a Thrasher band that was popular and a glam band. I'm gonna tell you right now, Jeff's gonna smirk because he's gonna get it. Every glam band wore cowboy boots with feathers hanging off the side. Every one of the other dudes had tight jeans and white Air Force high tops on, bro. Fucking Anthrax, Slayer, Iron Maiden, dude, Megadeth. All of them did it, dude. All of them. And that was the look.
Sure.
You knew. You know, like real country singers always wore a specific hat.
Look at the vintage right now.
Unless they were like Walmart.
Got to be a Stetson, man.
It was a weird transition too, because then they went to like Dickie pants and like the Adidas. Remember that whole stage?
I wore fucking when I lived on the West Coast, it was Dickie shorts and fucking corduroy slippers, man, with fucking up to my knees.
Man, I never did that, dude.
Fucking suicidal, dude. That's fucking that look right there.
Suicidal Tendencies did it. Deftones did it.
Ugly Kid Joe. Yeah, you remember that?
I remember that guy.
Dude, remember fucking Jams?
Yours Converse or were they Reeboks?
Who, me?
Kids?
Oh. No, I had Chuck Taylors.
They were Chucks.
They were Chucks. They were Chucks. We had the white Converse too. They had a star and an arrow in front of it.
Yep.
When we were
I used to wear fucking blue suede Puma baskets too, were my other fucking shoes.
I got some Air Robinsons, dude, to pump up Reeboks one time with a basketball pump, dude.
Air Robinsons.
Was this it? Hold on. Copy.
Brittany had a crush on. There they are, the Chucks. Yeah, I saw you wear those. We in Colorado. Chucks.
Oh yeah.
See now, like you, Jeff. I've seen you in them a lot. I'm a Vans guy, dude, for sure.
I used to order them through the mail, man. They used to take like 6 weeks to show up. I
would buy them at surplus places, dude.
Yeah, I'd call them in California and they'd send them and they'd show up in the mail, dude. There was no internet or no fucking van store. You could buy my first pair of Vans. I had checks like fucking Jeff McCauley.
That's another band. Enough's enough.
And then I had fucking I had a pair of blue skate highs with white stripes.
God, dude, we got to go back. We ought to do. We ought to like promote and rent out a whole skating rink one night and just advertise it. Everybody comes in, but you have to come in its 80s attires, dude. And everybody has to have finger condoms if we're gonna go in real 80s.
So should I come in a diaper?
That's right, bro. You should. Listen, man.
You and I both, Jimmy.
I know.
I remember. I thought this was very unfair, and correct me if I'm wrong, Jeff.
Hilarious.
And I've said it before, and Brett knows because we stood side by side, man, one time, knuckle to knuckle in this. But they separated us on the rink, and they would make all the guys go on one side and all the girls go on the other, dude, and then they would turn the girls loose. Now, do you know how hungry some of them girls are, dude? Do you know they're out doing the good ones? You'd have thought they were running for a pot of chili. And every time one grabbed on one of us, I was good. Like my mom always said, I used to say nerds because I wasn't a mean person. So I said, Brett, we got to do this. So we did our job, dude. We held on like this, and we just did it. As long as I didn't look, as long as I didn't look, I wouldn't laugh. So I just didn't look at him. So when you make the circle, you just turn your head this way. And just keep on going. And you got to keep
the sheer look of terror. Just
and
like,
you remember how long this song is 6 minutes and 52 seconds.
Yeah, they had the ballads back then. It wasn't short.
And you always have your friends on the sidelines doing shit like this, and
it's laughing.
And you're trying to laugh. You're like, oh, and then you smirk. And what's up? Oh, this is just wonderful. You're so warm. You know, you got to make up these stories. You got to make up some stories, man. But you're in public.
I remember we wouldn't look at each other, man.
Exactly. But
we wouldn't look at each other. We just looked away.
I'm not trying to bag on anybody. I'm not bagging on nobody, but I mean, I am bagging on somebody too, because I mean, come on now. That's not fair. Now, if the other way's around, they're like, all right, guys, girls, separate. Guys, go pick your girl. Come on, dude. Be the same thing.
There would be 50 guys running for 2 girls.
That's right. It'll be every guy, you know, the little guys like that. And it would happen, dude. It would happen. Yeah, the one that always sat at the table alone and ate pizza, and that little slice of pizza they'd have over there on that table. Remember that? They would just sit there. Everybody would be skating, and they're just sitting there.
Fight breaks out.
Dude. Hey, Craig, I got a question for you. Do you remember what they had painted on the wall next to the concession stands in that skating rink?
Oh.
Do I remember?
I remember everything. So
you had that thing. I don't think I remember that. What was on it?
Photographic memory.
Remember they had Yoda. They had Yoda, and then they had that big painting of E.T.
Oh, that's right.
Eating fucking nachos, bud. And then
If that wasn't pushing getting high, I don't know what was.
Yeah. Yep. And then on the other side,
with E.T. and Yoda,
and it had all the stars like airbrushed on the wall.
Eating nachos.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Oh my God. What were we eating behind the lockers? Go ahead. How was yours, Jeff? Did you have one like that?
What's that? My skating rink?
Yeah. Did you have like weird?
Yeah, two. I had United Skates of America, and then we had well, there was three: Skate World and Roller Haven. Roller Haven's where all the thugs hung out, so you could, you had a good weapon though. You could take that skate off and fuck somebody up with it. Let me tell you, those fucking roller skate trucks, man. You could put a hurting on somebody with those things. But I used to go to Skate World a lot, if fucking you had like the couples only skates to like Kisses Beth or fucking or like playing like they occasionally play some Black Sabbath, some good devil music. That was the shit, man.
Anytime when they would always play Brass Monkey. We always had Brass Monkey playing. But anytime that they would do like the slow dance, it was always like Living in Sin by Bon Jovi. It was You Don't Know What You Got Till It's Gone by Cinderella. Every Rose Has Its Thorn by Poison. Heaven by Warrant.
Oh, those were after my skate years, man.
I Remember You.
Mine was more like fucking Debbie Harry and Pat Benatar, Black Sabbath. What's it called?
No, we were definitely Jeff's got a few years on us, but we were definitely right at the 80s there, dude, for sure. We just lost Brett.
Oh yeah, Pink Floyd, The Wall. That was a fucking huge skate one. Another Brick in the Wall. Big skates on when I was a kid.
Oh yeah. How can you have any meat if you don't eat your pudding or whatever?
You don't eat your meat.
Yeah.
We lost Brett again. Brett's
What
in
a great
the United Skates of America, man, to go skate.
Oh man, we got to do it. Why don't you come over and we'll do it?
I'm down, dude. I'll go skating with y'all. We'll fucking.
When Brett gets here, dude, we'll go over to the one over here on Wednesday. I think they do 80s night.
Nice, dude. Oh, fuck. My dog's eating tinfoil. Hold on.
I would love to do that. I got to get, we got to have Jimmy come too.
Yep.
It would be awesome.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to learn how to skate again. I
can backward skate and hold you.
It's like riding a bike. You never forget, man. Oh yeah, Jeremy too. Seth knows.
Hey, if we do it though, we're gonna do it right though. We're gonna go all 80s attire though.
I don't have a problem.
I mean, I'll hit the thrift shops. I'm gonna get a wig and a hat, all sorts of shit. I'm gonna skate backwards and do the whole little fucking nod and everything. I'm telling you, I'm down. Let's do it.
That has to be live.
Let's do it.
You gotta go live, like on a night, and just
Motley
go
Croc
live.
Show live from fucking
Yes.
man.
80 it out.
Hell yeah.
That would be great.
They got the crystal ball going on with all the little lights on the ground and the fucking neon carpets and shit with all the galaxies on it. Oh yeah, let's go.
As Lemmy, it would be awesome.
I took the girls to go to that one I showed you. I showed you those pictures, right?
Yes, that was great.
Yeah,
it looked just like ours.
It hasn't changed, man. It hasn't changed.
I might have just come up with a Halloween costume right there. Anybody got a pair of really short fucking denim shorts? It's Lemmy.
We can make them.
That's what the thrift stores, dude. Hit the thrift shops. You'll find.
That's what I'm saying.
You'll find gems. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I'll be hugging the wall, Michelle. I'm not a strong skater by any stretch of the means.
Yeah, but you gotta go.
Monkey.
Find me by the wall.
That was definitely some brass monkey.
I'm going, man. Let's do it.
That's the thing. Like, you're sitting here reminiscing on like it's honestly the simpler times. Like, if you were to mention that to kids now, they'd be like,
yeah, Cher was a bit rough there. That was like,
when you're in spandex.
What?
I said, where do they put their phones if they're in pink spandex? They'd be baffled.
We didn't have phones.
I know. I remember my parents got a bag phone.
If you had to put your Vietnam phone in your pants from the 80s, I remember those things.
Oh,
they were as big as Yetis, and they had my big orange letters on it. Yeah, we're in Squad 9. I mean, Jesus Christ, they were huge. Where you want people walking around like small children.
You remember when Motorola made that phone? Everybody had it. It looked like a lunchbox. They were charging $1 a minute back then.
Yeah, I remember I had one in the Z. Don't you remember?
Yeah, I remember.
Oh, speaking of
It's
lunchboxes,
a bag phone, dude.
check this out.
Yes, plugs in your cigarette lighter.
Yep, I
Yeah.
had it too, man. We'd be calling from the
$1 a minute,
road.
local, fucking $2, $3 a minute long distance.
Takes 24 hours to charge.
We had that, we had a red candy apple red. Well, I had a candy apple red 300ZX, man, 1987. And it was like T-tops and fucking ripped brown leather, dude. It was sick. And we'd have the cell phone in there. And we'd be flying down into Boulder and shit. People looking at us on the phone. Like, we just spent $100 on that phone call. But fuck it. Fuck it.
Calling from my car. Nobody can hear you. It's like,
It was like Miami Vice, man. We had the T-tops and everything. It was great. It was awesome.
Dude, I remember fucking. I was real into muscle cars back then. That was my thing. But I had a '68 Mustang Coupe. That was my baby.
I bet that was badass.
Built up. It was like dark forest green with the fat white stripes on the hood and trunk and a big white on the side.
That's cool shit.
Built. I fucking built that thing with my own hands when I still. That's the kind of engine I could work on.
That's when cars growled. Like that's when they actually had their own
that thing flew. You know, plus we used to put hijackers on them. We used to put air shocks on them and fucking crank the backs up. Looks like my
they were fun, Brittany. They were fun. I remember talking to Dad probably like a week or two ago, and we were talking about. He was like, "Oh yeah, we had the 350 horse, split window Corvette and all that. Now they're pushing 560 horse out of a V6.
It's like
what they were doing in big block 8s. My dad's like, they just couldn't even compare nowadays. You'd have to have a super motor in it, dude.
My best friend had a fucking Chevelle, dude. Fucking, what was it, 383? No. What was a bigger 396? That thing fucking ripped. And then good old fat Chevy 350.
It was.
Never die.
And
but your dad, Troy, he probably bought that car out of a catalog, man. You could buy the gear set.
I don't worry about it.
You could buy whatever you want. They would build it for you.
I think he bought it from Chevy because I remember him telling me he had to sell his whole drum set one time or something to make a car payment because, he wanted to be cool and he wanted to drive a 63 or I think 63. I want to say that I could be wrong.
He probably spent, I'd say, $2,800, $3,000 for that car.
That's probably what he spent, but back then that was like $40,000, dude.
Man, I gotta have some pictures of that Mustang somewhere, dude. I love that fucking.
Dig them up. I mean, old cars. I love old cars.
Dude,
everybody does.
That, and I had a fucking 70 Gold Duster with a 318.
Oh yeah.
That was my first muscle car and my super beater, man. The first car I bought myself for like fucking $1,100.
Did they have that?
Good luck finding that again.
Is that 351 Cleveland or
what's that?
Was that a 351 Cleveland?
No, it was the Duster was a 318. The Mustang was a 289.
What was a
351 was Ford. That was a bigger Mustang motor, Cleveland and Windsor.
Was that a Ranchero engine?
The Ranchero had a 351.
Yeah, okay. I remember that car, like the El Camino.
Ranchero. That's the lost El Camino. What's the other
one?
There's another one too. Some fucking super fucking racist name. It was like Dodge. I gotta look it up. What was the fucking Dodge El Camino thing? Hold on.
I don't know. Brett brought up some stuff.
You mentioned the lunchbox. I wanted to throw this really quick. I was very surprised. My friends in California, they make Spirit Box portals, like communication devices. Like you can actually like sync up and they black out all the other sounds, so you just have the audio voices coming through of the white noise garbage. So anyway, when I was with them back in February, I was like, oh my God, I love your work, blah, blah, blah. When they know I'm
the GMC. Yeah. Sorry, Britt.
That's okay. So anyway, so they surprised me and they mailed me my very own Spirit Box, but he and his wife are like jumping for joy because they found an old vintage Elvis Presley lunchbox and they made my Spirit Portal box out of an Elvis Presley lunchbox.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Nuh-uh.
It's custom.
Oh, damn, son.
I have my little knob on the top to turn it on. All my gear is inside that I have to place and re-stick, but it's all set to go.
Wow.
But they made it.
Elijah's still watching that, dude. A ghost box. Can we get those made for us too? I want mine to have Iron Maiden on it.
He makes them. I was so shocked with this. So yeah, my very own Elvis Presley lunchbox Spirit Portal box.
What was your favorite ever lunchbox, y'all?
That was a thoughtful gift. That's nice. That's cool.
My
Yeah,
favorite, Jeff.
Yeah.
out of their heart. It was
The
the,
Masters
like,
of the Universe, dude.
it was
Of
the
course.
best gift ever.
I had the Skeletor edition. Of it.
Yeah.
Edition,
I
yep.
polish that thing with my penis every night. I love that thing, dude.
It had a little hole.
I laid it all next to my bed, dude. I had that Skeletor thermos. It was all
Yep.
black and had the purple top, dude. I was a shit. I sit back thinking I was Skeletor. I couldn't stand He-Man and his gang, bro. I couldn't stand Man at Arms, Sergeant at Arms, none of them, dude. Tila, none of them.
What about Manny Faces?
Sergeant Arms.
Manny Faces was never any good.
Fucking Fisto.
Exactly, bro. What were we telling people back then? Fisto.
Fisto.
Hey, what'd you play with the kid? Oh, I had a Fisto doll, man. It was good stuff.
Yeah, right. Where's your Fisto doll? Oh,
Yeah, exactly, bro.
fucking. That was like the worst fucking superhero ever. Was Fisto? I think.
Fisto. So what was your favorite lunchbox, dude?
Oh shit! I had a lot. I had Scooby Doo. I remember that. Remember that show Emergency?
Yeah.
I had an emergency lunchbox. I had the kid like stuck in the fucking in the fence before they cut him out. And
You had a lunchbox with that?
Yep.
I bet that shit is worth money now.
And then I had the fucking the monster one, Monster Squad.
Oh,
That'd be worth some shit, Nizzle.
Oh, dude, with the fucking thermos and everything, man, that was the shit.
I never had a G.I. Joe one. I think my brother did. I had a
What about the $6 million man? That was a big
no,
one.
I had the one I did like. I had E.T. It was yellow.
yeah.
I remember that. And then I had a Transformers. I had
Wasn't Ghostbusters a big one too?
Yep. We probably even had those. I think we did have Ghostbusters.
Yep.
You guys remember that
Oh,
cartoon?
that's right. No, I did. I had the Dukes of Hazzard.
The Dukes, yeah, dude.
Yeah, because I would dress up like those
dudes.
dudes who go to school and shit, man, with a Confederate flag and everything.
Dude,
What
let
the
me ask
hell
you
were
a
we
question.
thinking?
Have you ever tied a fucking firecracker to a bow and arrow to try to pretend you were the Duke boys?
Oh my
Oh my
god, dude! Everybody did that.
And how did they get it to blow up exactly when it hit the fucking thing? It was.
I like how the car would be jumping like this and be like, "Well, the Duke boys are at it again."
It would stop.
Roscoe P. Coltrane.
Wait, like Jennings, dude, with the song and the fucking narration, right?
Yep. Seth said he had a Kiss lunchbox. That's badass.
Oh yeah, the Kiss lunchbox was cool as fuck, dude.
That's badass.
Yep.
Troy, was this the one you had?
Yep.
I remember that
Yeah,
one.
with the Confederate thermos, dude. You want to talk about? Hey, look, it's the Grand Wizard here in Fort Lauderdale today. Come on in, man. Come on into Peters Elementary with your Nazi flags.
That's how much it's worth.
Yep. But it had a Confederate thermos in it, dude.
Yeah, dude. Here's the fucking emergency one. Wait, see if we can see it here. Get away from the light.
It'll catch. Get a little close to your camera. There you go, right there. Okay, I see it. I see it.
Yeah, on the side, it had a fucking kid with the fucking.
Every now and then, Jimmy and I will go into these old.
Oh yeah, this one's
antique
stores.
stores.
That shit. Get stuck on a girder in the middle of a fucking skyscraper. How'd that little fucker get up there?
I didn't even know they made those. There, yep, there it is. The yellow ET. That's the one I had. We would find them sometimes, Brett, because we'll be in the middle of like
1982.
the middle of the United States that nobody goes to. Like, there's no tourism. Everybody's related to one person, and so we go into the
The Masters of the Universe.
Come on, dude. So we go into the place and we get to talking, and man, we find those kind of things like 1970s, 80s lunch boxes, dude. That old grandpa found these in his attic. We're selling it. Some of the stuff I see, bro, and that you're looking at right here, they're Labyrinth.
Yep.
That's rad.
You got to get it, Brittany. It's got to go in your office. Isn't
Oh
that the
my
movie where
God.
David Bowie walked around with a bulge in his pants the whole time? Remember, he was like, the power of hoodoo, voodoo, you do. And he had the balls in his hands and his pants too. Isn't that the same movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
He
I
was
found
like a little bulgy in there, but I always wondered why you like watching that.
Wait a minute. Where is it? Did it come? Oh, wait, it got off there. Hold on.
My favorite.
Well,
Oh, is that your Labyrinth guy? Oh, which one is that, Jeff? You gotta put it close. Put
It says,
close
"Woke
to
up
like
gay
it's a
again."
logo. Oh my god, dude.
Good.
That's gay. I love it. Oh
It's
man,
a fucking monster one, dude. Yeah, I gotta find that one.
Love it.
that was good stuff, man. That's good stuff.
Yeah,
Buck Rogers, dude.
Buck
Seth's dropping
Rogers.
the Buck Rogers. Bitty. Been dropping it, dude. Dropping it.
I remember kids had the Buck Rogers one, the NFL lunchbox too.
I haven't seen it in person, dude, but I saw Fantasy Island one.
Yep, Fantasy Island.
Puppets.
Oh, here's the fucking vintage Monsters lunchbox that I fucking had, dude. Oh, it's Movie Monsters one. Yeah.
man. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
We
Gremlins.
forgot that. Gremlins.
Gremlins.
Yep, and Mom, how can you forget? How could we have forgot either of those, dude?
Gremlins, man. What are the other ones that I remember seeing? Scooby Doo was a big
Fucking
one.
A, we haven't mentioned the big S word here. Star Wars. There was a shit ton
Yep,
of those.
Star Wars lunchboxes.
C-3PO, the Darth Vader one. The
Thundercat.
Yoda one had the green Yoda thermos.
Oh,
They
You
marketed.
remember that? You remember that cartoon Mask?
yeah, I remember Mask.
I had that lunchbox.
You want to go back a little further? How about Battle of the
That was a
Planet?
very isolated lunch.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Isolated.
I remember that cartoon.
Mask used to have all kinds of different vehicles and shit, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
they would change into like different shit.
Yep, almost forgot.
Thundercat.
We can't go without talking about the Thundercast because my favorite was Mumra.
Thundercats.
Yep, that's what Michelle just said. Thundercats.
Oh, Planet of the Apes. I had that lunchbox too. That was another one of mine.
Thundercats.
See how it
Oh,
all
here
comes
you
back. Jimmy, what did you have?
go. There you go, Brett.
Ghostbusters was one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys Ghostbusters?
There's Mask.
The
Yep.
Planet of the Apes one was from the TV show, so they kind of lamed it out a little bit. But I used
You
to
guys
love-
remember the smell of those thermoses though?
Yeah,
They always had that weird smell to it.
Yeah, you'd have to let it air out.
Yeah.
Alf. Oh my God, Alf.
Damn.
But they had I loved Alf.
What
If y'all
planet was
haven't
Alf
watched-
from again? Remulax.
Tank.
No.
If y'all haven't watched Alf and all the series, you have to watch it.
Oh, dude, he
Underhanded
eats Alf.
humor. And Alf wasn't
Oh
the best.
my God, I loved these characters when I was a kid. The California
Raisin.
Raisin.
They heard it through the grapevine.
Yes, I like the
Those are
California
awesome,
Raisin.
I'm right.
And how many people remember the Noid from Domino's, dude? I have one.
The what?
The Noid.
Oh, the Noid. Yeah,
The Noid. I actually have a Noid. I have one.
yeah, that was a big Domino's thing. You had to avoid the Noid.
So
Yep.
many things
The
here.
Noid.
Oh, here it is. I found it. God, took forever. The real Ghostbusters.
That's a good
What are they
one.
going for now, Brittany?
Yeah, Mumra was awesome, Seth. That was my favorite guy. How he would come out in this little white
Um,
stuff.
most of them are going anywhere between $75 to $500.
I'm pretty sure Mumra's fucking cousin was.
I
They're
I've
all
love-
been trying to find that character for my collection for a long time, and I haven't found it yet.
I loved this movie as a little kid. I don't know why, but I loved it, and I'm sure everybody will remember.
No,
Dick
Dick
Tracy.
Tracy. Yeah, I remember that
Good
lunchbox.
grace.
Dick Tracy. I love that movie.
Yeah, he was a pervert.
Maybe he was, but I
Made
enjoyed
all the
it.
kids Dick Tracy.
Michelle had California Raisin bed sheets. I think Brittany did too. If I remember, she had the pillowcases and stuff.
I had the pillowcases and never had the sheets.
Yeah, Seth brought up a good point. I got to find him as a mascot. So Mongor, the goat dude with the Reaper Sith, was pretty badass with Thundercats. It was Thundercats, I'm pretty sure. And
Yeah.
I'd like to find Mongor. He'd be hard to get a hold of. Now, I can spit one out that you guys may or may not remember, but I had the dragons, and all the two was Black Star.
Yeah.
Remember Black
That's
Star?
old school. Yeah.
Had the big green dragon head and the wheels, and he had like the black hairy panties where He-Man had the brown ones.
So
He was a
hot.
barbarian. He was like a sorcerer barbarian, Jimmy. It was called Black Star. And he had long black hair.
Night
Night
Rider.
Rider. Yeah.
Oh, man. Brittany had New Kids on the Block
Come back,
sheet.
Michael.
I did. I had all New Kids on the Block sheets, pillowcats,
Sweet.
everything.
Who was your favorite, Brittany? Who'd you get fucking hot for?
Danny.
The weird looking one that looks like Spock.
I didn't really like
Hold on.
It was Danny.
Jimmy's like, oh, man.
Jordan and Danny were my two. Those were my two. Jordan and Danny.
Hold
When
on.
you, well, I like to hear about Jimmy had a little bit of a different time because he was in between. He was in between you and Brittany and
Yeah.
us. So there had to be some popular shit then, like grunge. So there was like Nirvana, Pearl Jam, right? That was kind of like the rock and roll at that time, Jimmy. And then
I listened to country most of the time. I didn't listen to much rock, so I don't really know a lot that came out.
bro,
of my
I
era.
thought of you the other day. I thought of you.
Right there.
Yeah, that's Danny.
There's a picture of
I was Danny Barbie doll. I had the New Kids on the Block Barbie dolls.
oh
Okay.
God, what's his name? Alan Jackson, bro, and he's in a pair of like leopard boxers and cowboy boots, and he's in an inner tube, dude, with a guitar on the T-shirt, and it says "hotter than a hoochie coochie." I'm like, I want to get that for Jimmy so bad, dude.
We all sang that as kids, not even knowing what it was.
I know. Why was he doing that? What kind of a man gets that righteous music like that?
Kind of a man would do this.
Well, who comes up with that, man? It's hotter than hoochie coochie.
And like
that must be hot
me
because I
growing
know
up,
it's
like
Southern Rivers.
cartoons that I remember watching was like Ren and Stimpy.
Oh, Ren and Stimpy.
Ren and
Oh
Stimpy.
my
Beavis and
God.
Butthead was one of them. Oh man, there was a couple other ones.
Robot Chicken.
Pretty raunchy.
Robot,
Oh
yes.
my God,
Ren and
Robot
Stimpy was my favorite though. Pinky
I like
in the
Pinky
brain.
in the Brain.
Pinky in the brain.
Yeah, dude.
The Brain. That was a great one. That was on the same time with Animaniacs. They would run those together.
And
Yeah.
then what's that one we like, Mr. Pickles, dude? I love Mr. Pickles.
I don't remember that one.
You don't know
I
who
don't
that
know
is?
about Mr. Pickles, Troy, because I don't know where that.
The Satanic Dog cartoon, dude. You guys don't remember, dude? Look him up, Jeff, right now on your phone. Look up Mr. Pinkle. Look up Mr. Pickles, dude.
You can go Christian dog cartoon with little Davy and Goliath.
No, one of the favorite claymations I used to watch was Moral Oral.
Moral Oral's hilarious.
Remember how he used to have meetings with his dad in the basement? And his
Yeah.
dad's always sitting down in a robe, and he's like, "Dad, punish me," and his hair's all messed up. But I won't do that again. Moral Oral.
Dude, fucking Davy and Goliath. Be like, "Oh, Davy, God still
What
loves
was it
you."
called?
Davy and Goliath. It was
Pickle. What were you saying?
Mr.
What?
Pickles.
Mr.
I
Pickles.
know Craig knows because he's talking about the Tick was underrated, but I know he knows about Mr.
Oh
Pickles.
fuck yeah, the Tick was great, man. You know, fucking Patrick Warburton, right? That's who did the voice of the Tick.
Is that right?
The Tick in the live action.
Yes. Yeah, bro. You want to watch a demented cartoon? That dog is satanic. Bro, I love Mr. Pickles, dude. See?
Satan dog, man. I like him already.
See? Dude, bro, if it was on Adult Swim, if you watch that cartoon, Jeff, you'll know what I mean.
Oh,
It was
Adult
Mr.
Swim had
Pickles,
some
dude.
fucking great shit, dude. I don't know if you fucking what was the hospital show? Oh god.
I
damn
did
it.
watch Voltron, and I also watched Ultraman.
It was that hospital show. It was fucking what's his name? Rob Corddry played a clown on it. He was like a doctor that was a clown. And there was this guy, his name was Jewy Juju, and he wanted his foreskin back, so they tried to sew a piece of bologna on it.
Mr. Pickles rocks, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my god.
Oh my God.
Debbie, see? You see what I'm introducing you guys to some fun shit. There's probably a lot of people on here that know who Mr. Pickles was.
Troy introduced me
Also,
to
I'm trying to think of the one Jeff was talking about because I can place it.
Which one? The hospital one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was damn. What's it?
Real silent.
Children's Hospital, it was called.
Okay.
Yeah, this is fucking
Rough.
oh my god, dude, shit was hilarious. Yeah, dude, I miss those days.
Me too.
Swim is not as good. As it used to
We'll have
be.
like a throwback about it.
What the fuck, Tim and Eric and the Mighty Boosh. You ever seen that with old Greg? I'm old Greg.
Yes. And
Dude,
Squidbillies.
Squidbillies is amazing, man. I want some of those hats he's got. Like, hold my hat while I fuck your wife.
Oh my God, dude. I know there were some crazy cartoons, folks. Like, I mean, Ren and Stimpy was probably the reason why Jimmy is the way he is today.
I love Ren and Stimpy.
I mean, too. A lot.
Sweet Stimpy vibe to him.
Oh my God.
Yes, I do remember the heavy metal movie.
Oh, one of my favorites, man. I used to watch that fucking in the late
What
at
was
night.
the cartoon
That's what I
version?
said.
What was that cartoon one called? Wasn't it Fire and Ice or something like that? Cartoon Barbarian. And then Heavy Metal cartoon, right? The movie Heavy Metal was a cartoon.
Heavy Metal was a cartoon that had like Black Sabbath, Rainbow. Is it fucking?
Am I the only person that liked Tron?
I love the original movie.
The
Tron.
original, like the
Yeah, the
classic.
original, all of them were cool.
They all wear hockey helmets with like reflective tape.
Dude, like I tried to, like, well, oh my God. Like I was trying to explain to John, like how much I love Tron. Like I would have loved to have been on the grid and like done one of the race bikes. Right. And like, he was like, why did you like that movie so much? I'm like, why wouldn't you? It is like the best freaking concept of a film. And I was like, I want to go for a ride on the grid.
Jeff
like
Bridges, right? Was fucking Tron.
Huh?
Wasn't it Jeff Bridges was Tron?
Yeah. Like,
and
yeah, the very last Tron, Jeff, that came out, the very last one was.
I haven't seen the new movie.
It was badass, dude. It's him,
man.
Bridges is in it, dude, and he's going back, and he's like this. Man, he stayed, bro. It started where it left off. They did a great job.
Oh, that's badass. Yeah, Tron was.
He made it that way, and when it opened in the beginning, it started in the '80s, dude.
Yeah,
they like CGI'd them, and they started it in the '80s. That new movie, you got to see it.
It was the night he went back to Tron and like got stuck.
He's telling his son, "I'll be back. I love you," and that's how his son went to go look for him, dude. It's just shit, dude.
The light cycles, and there used to be a Tron video game that was fucking badass. They had the light cycles and the thing where you like throw the discuses, try to knock the person out.
Yep.
I think that's what I
into the light. You blew up.
Yeah, remember the Journey video game? It was the worst. You had to like, reunite them with their instruments.
Oh my God! I don't even know if I've ever played that, Jeff.
Journey video game, dude.
I remember Smurfs video game on Atari and
Smurfs video game was fun.
Pitfall.
Pitfall was the bomb, but Tempest with the fucking
Indiana Jones. Woo! I remember the little square.
Galaga was the fucking jam. I still rock at Galaga.
Oh yeah.
The one with the two cannons. That was my favorite. The two cannons with the ricocheting ball. What was the name of that one? That was my favorite on Atari.
Is it Breakout?
Oh, Breakout. Yeah, no,
Breakout.
Kaboom. No, not
That's
Kaboom.
it. Freaking love that.
Yep, Breakout.
You had to shoot the wall. You had to keep bouncing that off the wall.
Yeah. And then every centipede sucked.
Yar's Revenge.
I've never seen Fritz the Cat cartoon. I've heard about that.
Yeah, I've seen Fritz the Cat. It was the first porn I ever saw, actually, Seth.
What?
Aqua Team Hunger Force.
Yep. Well, Aqua Teen's great, man. Fucking Carl.
How many people do you guys remember? Wait a minute. Do you guys remember the Sectars?
Yeah. They were like a puppet, right?
They were like a figure, dude, with the big bug eyes. They were like, and the other group, the Centurions.
Oh, yeah. I do remember.
Remember, there was air, land, and the green guy was land, the air guy, and the fire guy was orange or whatever.
That's funny.
And he had a cool name. It was like Sky Buxton. And the green guy had a black mustache, dude. Centurions. But Sectars, dude, was a thing. If you look that up, Sectars was an actual cartoon. They made toys and everything.
Me too, Seth. I fucking rock Galaga, man. That was the shit. You got to get the double ship and kick ass. That's the fucking way to do it.
It was great stuff.
Yep.
I like gargoyles.
Yep, I remember gargoyles because I love gargoyles.
What about all the Hanna-Barbera shit, like Thundar the Barbarian?
Oh, man, I remember
Barbera knew how to do cartoons. Those were good.
I like Looney Tunes. I mean, there were some racist ones back then. They were good. They're probably not cool anymore, but they were pretty bad back in the day.
Oh, you ever seen the way fucking on the old Bugs Bunnies, the way they depicted like Asian people and shit, dude?
My God, dude. I can't even talk about it in here. I saw it.
Or like, it was awful, dude. My favorite Bugs Bunny was always the baseball one.
Oh my God, Seth. Yes, Space Ghost. I love Space Ghost.
I remember Space Ghost. Jimmy, you remember watching Space Ghost?
Space Ghost Coast to Coast, man. The Brack show.
That was about Britney's time in between you guys.
How did you not watch Space Ghost, Jimmy?
I've never even heard of that.
Johnny Bravo? Like
Jimmy probably around that time frame of like Fraggle Rock.
It's great. There's a diversity here, but Jimmy obviously had cartoons he liked. What were they? We'll see if we know them.
I told you I didn't watch very many.
He did like Ren and Stimpy. That was funny. That's a little kid. What was that when you were a kid? Like when you were little?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Come on.
I did watch that.
Let's not forget about Captain Caveman.
I have no idea what the fuck that is. I don't have a clue.
Oh, dude, that's Space
Ghost, man.
I have not a clue what that is. Yeah.
Oh, I love Space Ghost. I love when he's at his desk.
Brack and who was the other? Who was the Mantis?
Oh, I don't remember.
Brack and God damn, it's gonna make me crazy.
Rugrats was one that I watched. I watched Rugrats.
Jimmy Pickles.
Rugrats was one. What is the one that Doug? What is that?
What about Bucky O'Hare?
Oh, Doug.
Reptile County, Florida. What about Bucky O'Hare? What about DuckTales?
What was it?
Zorak was the mantis.
Zorak. Yeah.
Zorak and Brack.
And
We used to watch DuckTales.
DuckTales. Yeah, I remember that one.
I used to watch Tailspin too, for the record.
Oh my God, that was way out after me.
And Darkwing Duck.
Masters of the Universe.
Hey Arnold. Hey Arnold was one.
Shit.
Oh, I remember Hey Arnold. I watched Hey Arnold. I watched Hey Arnold and I watched Doug. I watched both.
You remember Jace and the Wheeled Warriors?
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute.
I do.
Who remembers Salute Your Shorts?
And I remember Great Babe too.
Yeah.
Nobody?
Yep.
All right, fine.
Which one was it?
Salute Your Shorts, Camp Wanna Wanna. Anybody remember Salute Your Shorts?
We had enough of that when we were young. We don't need to be.
Remember that one?
What was that? It was a 90s like sitcom. Salute Your Shorts. I was a Saved by the Bell girl. Okay, I was a Zach fan.
So I guess the fact of the matter is, if we're really talking about it, nothing really existed. So back then, when things were coming out, it was so new. I don't see that spark anymore. And believe me, Jeff, I have a very kid like mine when it comes to collecting or finding new intricate stuff. There's some cool stuff. I understand that people are in a lot of things. Like there's different games now, and there's anime collections and stuff that's new for those people. But that was around when we were young too. There was a lot of anime books. There was a lot of that. That was very big when we were young. Now they make like statues and so on and so forth. But with that being stated, between the music and the pop culture at the time, it was one of the best. I mean,
it was
one of the best. I mean, yeah. When my grandparents were kids, they just had little wooden stick dolls and stuff they put socks on and called it a dress. That was a baby doll. They would tell me about that. Toys were toys. It was like a stick and a ball. You were lucky if you got that. I mean, really, And then, my parents got older and they would get like Bobby got a bicycle and Betsy got a doll, that kind of thing. But we were getting shit like that. I got one of those, dude.
What was it?
Armstrong. If they would have made one that was a girl, I would have liked it more. But so they had toys like that were really amazing, and I think we miss a lot of that stuff. I that's why I like the nostalgia, and even some of the kids, including Brittany's and some of the younger people that come here, when they see it, they ask questions. Like Daniel's fun because he hasn't seen a lot of shit, right? He's like, "What's that?" I go, "That's from Legend." I haven't fucking seen that. I go, he goes, "What's that?" I go, because for those of you that have been to my house, he's coming through my kitchen wall, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And he's like, "What is that?" Slimer's up there like, he's in the kitchen, and he's like, "What is that?"
You should just throw a bunch of shit on.
This motherfucker said, "I've never seen Ghostbusters," so I made him. He's up to Ghostbusters 2 now. We're gonna skip the other one.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna go to Afterlife.
Yeah, that's all right.
But I mean, he got. That's what I'm saying. He got to see that, and I just think that was so he gets to learn stuff. So, like, what's that? What's that? I'm like, bro, that's why this is the original Star Wars. Did you not know that existed? And there's some neat shit. So he gets to learn because that's why we got to see it.
Yeah.
Because
nowadays kids today just take everything for granted. Like back then, there was like a build up. Like you would see a commercial, and it was like, oh my god, that's coming out. And it was like such a cool, catchy commercial for this new toy or this new thing.
They make it look so cool in the fucking commercial.
Yeah, like Doo-Doo making Betsy and stuff. She'd like whine and put a nugget out. In the cartoon, the kid's like, she made a nugget, mommy. Man, who wants that? They did it.
I remember that. It was magical to go to the movies when you were a kid. Oh, yeah. I saw Ghostbusters in the theater.
Yeah.
Shit, I saw Army of Darkness in the theater.
Me too. 1977, man.
My parents took me there. I remember we were like in the middle, and I remember seeing C-3PO for the first time. I was like,
yeah.
It was a fact.
Indiana Jones, dude. The original Indiana Jones in the theater back then was like,
oh, that was the fucking coolest, man. When he shot,
there was no cool shit around. We didn't even have HBO then.
No.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. Michelle brings up a great point. Toys R Us, like going to the toy store, is like gone. There's no Toys R Us.
I missed that, bro. I love.
There's a little
section in Kohl's.
That's go to the toy store like once a year.
Wow.
We had like Lionel Play World, and then it was Toys R Us, and then it was like
toys. I used to work for
KB Toys and
KB.
Yeah.
Child World, Toys R Us.
Bro, listen to this. Oh, speaking of that, bro, check this out. So working at KB Toys, I was able to get a bunch of these. I still have.
Furbies! I had
Furbies.
Furbies.
Look, the original Furbies, dude, from that era with the tags. They're mine. I still have them.
Oh my god. Finn loves Furbies.
They would learn to talk. They would learn they're like worth, and this one sits here, right, buddy?
I
Remember
love
they
Furbies.
Dude,
and their little mouth would open, and you'd poke on their tongue, and they'd go.
I like Play-Doh when I was a kid.
I'd be
My
like,
mom made me.
I'm tired. And then you'd be like, you want to go to sleep? Yes.
Yep. Yeah, they were cool, and that was early toys. Go ahead, Jeff.
Oh, I was gonna say Play-Doh, man. The Fuzzy Pumper Barbershop.
Oh yeah. I didn't have that. I had the kitchen set where you like grind the meat.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, that the Fuzzy Pumper Barbershop was my favorite. Or like the little Matchbox sets too, man. I used to go into the store and they'd have those big racks of Matchbox cars. Like each one had their own little display.
So, Jimmy, you have any toys?
I have Crocodile Hunter toys. That's about it.
That explains a lot, actually. That's
cool, though. I was going to say,
Awesome.
Jimmy, like you, growing up in South Florida and being down there, I was always attracted to run over to the canals all the time.
oh yeah, dude.
So, like, I learned that I could, like, take a 5-gallon bucket and put holes in the bottom of it and throw bread. The mud turtles would eat the bread.
Way
I
to
pulled
go,
up. I'd have some turtles, dude. Like, I love going over there. And I'll tell you what, man, I know to this day, there used to be like this alligator snapping turtle that lived in the pond across from me. It wasn't uncommon because it was the size of a fucking semi-truck to me when I was like 6 years old. You know what I mean? So when the head came out of the water in the morning early, it was like this big basketball. And I know to this day that's what it was, bro. I know that it was something like Kong. I just know it. But, they weren't common, but they are. You find them down in South Florida from time to time. But I always tried to catch that guy. So it was like the old big fish that got away. I could never get him, dude. Never. I don't care what I would drag meat. I'd put a hot dog on that big treble and drag, wait till my mom would leave.
You were the first day I died.
Why are you over there at the canal? You'll get stuck and drown. You'll die in there or whatever. But I would drag, trying to catch him. Never.
Probably.
It was on and on.
I'm getting off in a second.
Yeah, but we're going to close up anyways. I was fixing to close up. We're 122. So anyhow, I will shut the show down. It was fun talking about all the past from the blast from the past, the TV, the
80s,
music,
90s, the better, simpler times.
much more fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we'll make them like that again. And thank you guys for supporting us. It's great to see Craig, Michelle, beginners, Seth, everybody out here. Eliza.
Thanks for coming by at the show, Craig.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys coming and seeing us. And
And little Craig.
we love you guys. Thanks for the support. Reptile Encounters, everybody. If I forgot you, I'll look at you later. But anyways, we'll see you guys. We'll see you next week. And thank you for a good show. Good night.